I rotate back, I rotate through to my finish. Good and solid.
Here, I'm going to rotate back. Now to come forward, well, I unwind. My body weight's gone back here, so I want to move my body weight to my lead side to unwind toward the finish. That's the important action of transfer. I rotate back, I rotate through to my finish. Good. I'm going to engage with the ground, I rotate back, I rotate through to my... In this lesson, we're going to talk about how to use gravity in the golf swing and use that to our advantage to create speed, power, and consistency in the golf swing. Gravity is our friend for golf. It allows us to create a simple, effective golf swing, a golf swing where you don't have to guide the golf club. All you have to do is get the golf club moving, and then we let gravity take over. Now, in order to be able to do that, we've got to be able to use the ground properly with our feet and legs, and we've got to be able to turn and pivot our body properly and turn in the right sequence of motion. But after that, it's pretty easy because we no longer have to guide the golf club. It's going to start swinging on its own. It's very effective and it's very simple. So let's get started. So the first part of this is learning to stand properly. We want to have our stance set so their feet aren't too wide, just out beyond the width of our hips is good. But the key is here is to feel where your weight is, back and forth on the feet, and we want more weight back on the heels than forward. Your knees are slightly bent, and we want to be able to feel the ground. So you want to press and connect the bottoms of your feet into the ground. Feel the soles of the feet on the ground. I'm not talking about pressing into the, crouching down and all that. Just when you're setting up, feel lively on your feet and engage into the ground with the bottom of your feet. It'll almost feel like you're going to press your feet 2 or 3 feet down into the ground. And a good imagery to have for that is, if you think of those karate masters, those martial arts masters, and they get themselves, they're all set and ready to go, and they look really solid, and then the big guy comes along and tries to, shove them off their feet or throw them, and they can't. These guys are so connected to the ground and have such good awareness, and they can feel the gravity and the force going up and through their body that they're super solid there. And that's sort of the feelings that we want for golf, is being able to feel your feet on the ground, pressing into the ground, and your feet and your legs got this lively connection here, and you're ready to move in either direction. This way you can start to feel the ground, and by engaging your feet into the ground, you're triggering your legs, it's going to be easier to turn and pivot. Because to be able to use gravity properly, we've got to be able to turn and pivot the body. The turning and pivoting of the body is what transfers the weight in the swing, and we need to do that in the correct sequence of motion in order to generate that easy speed and that force for swinging the golf club through and keeping the club on line and being consistent. So we're going to start with a simple drill just to help you feel that body pivot. I'm just going to put my orange whip down here to the side. Take our stance again, aware of my weight. I'm going to feel my connection to the ground. I'm going to take my arms. I'm just going to put them up in front of me here. I'm just going to pin them lightly to my side because I don't want to be trying to swing with my arms in that. I really want to focus on what my body's doing back and forth. So I've just pinned my arms to my side. My elbows come into my side. My thumbs are up. And in the backswing turn, I'm just going to turn my trunk to the right. So all I'm going to do is I just rotate to the right. And you can see this, my back is going to face the target. So my back is turned toward the target. My chest is turned away over my trail leg. And when I do that, my body weight moves. I go from a starting position where maybe my body weight, where I was favoring maybe 50%, 55% on the left side, to now when I rotate back, I should feel about 75% of my weight over here into my trail leg. That's your top of backswing position. Chest is turned over the trail leg, back facing the target. That's a good top of backswing position. So for a left-handed golfer, well, it's just opposite. You turn this way. That's your backswing position. Part way back though, 3/4 of the weight's here. And I stay centered. My axis of rotation stays centered. That's important for generating force. I'm going to rotate back. Now to come forward, well, I unwind. My body weight's gone back here. So I want to move my body weight to my lead side to unwind toward the finish. That's the important action of transferring the weight through the striking of the golf ball. That's what brings the club down. That's that unwinding of the body, and that brings that club round and generates a lot more speed and power, that effortless speed, and it also keeps the club on line. So here, I'm going to engage with the ground. I rotate back. I rotate through to my finish. Good and solid here on the finish. I've rotated through, my belt buckle is facing forward, my trunk is facing forward, my hips are square to the target. I'm well balanced here on that lead side, my finish side. So rotate back, rotate through. So that rotation through moves my weight from my back foot through to my lead foot while striking, and then the momentum I want to carry through to a good balanced finish. Now, to come forward, again, I've pinned my arms to my side to get them out of the way. So to come forward, I have to use my middle here. I'm going to use my trunk. I'm going to use my pelvis. This leads. You can see to go back around, the pelvis shifts, right? So I'm engaged with the ground with my feet. I rotate back. 3/4 of my weight's back here. So now I'm going to push down into the ground with my trail foot, pushing my weight over to my lead side. Now my weight is over here. I'm starting to move into my lead side. I'm balanced here. I can rotate from that point and rotate forward. So back, lower body starts to move. That pelvis shifts toward the target. Then the body rotates and through. So that's the correct sequence of motion. And that transfers my weight onto the lead side through the striking of the ball. And that weight transfer leads the hands. That's what pulls the hands down and the club down through the golf ball and through to the finish. So this is a really good exercise to do. Engage with the ground, pin your arms up here, rotate back, rotate through. Rotate back, rotate through. The other thing you can do with this drill is you can do some diaphragmatic breathing. So we start breathing in with the belly. Keeping our mouth closed, breathe in and out through the nose. So this is a good way to help engage the core while you're doing this. So I'm engaging the feet. Now I want to engage my core. So I'm going to breathe in through my nose, let my belly expand, and turn back, and then let it out to turn through. So I'm going to take a breath in as I go back. Breath out as I come through. Really helps give you that feel for that nice engagement of the core. Get you focusing on turning and pivoting. One more time. So you do that a few times and you really start to feel the rhythm of that rotation of the body back and through. And by getting the hands and arms kind of pinned up to the side here, you're going to feel the body turn and rotation, and that's what's going to unwind back and through, and that's what pulls your arms around and through.